Hey, this is John. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Mechanical Mastery. In the last episode, we set up the 25x ore setup for the aluminum, and that's working pretty well. I did make a few minor tweaks to improve efficiency. So I went ahead and added a second ultimate smelting factory. The other guy wasn't keeping up on the backlog. He actually probably will keep up most of the time, so I probably won't do that on the rest of the setups, but I thought I'd try it out and see what happened. It might be beneficial, though, for the iron guy. I did him as well, but he might be beneficial given how much iron we go through. Other tweak I made was I have decided to keep more of the clumps in the system, more than a stack. We're going to do 512 clumps and crushed raw whatevers in the system rather than just a stack. I think it was backlogging when it was done because it didn't have enough material to keep going, so it'd be slow to start back up. And also, I stopped turning the system off over here. I only stopped the system right here. So we have two places where we stop the system. If we have enough of these iron clumps, then we turn this guy off. Until then, we go down the line and just make these iron clumps. Then, to process the crushed raw, we only do that if we have too little iron or whatever in the system. So, this is our limiting factor, the chemical crystallizer. There are no factory versions, and I can't make him any faster. So I tried making these factories, but because this is the limiting factor, it doesn't help because he is too slow to make enough crystals for these to matter. This processes a backlog better, but it doesn't help if there are no backlogs of crystals. So, yeah. I would need to either make, 3 of these for each one of these, or just live with it. So I've decided that for now, we're going to try just keeping more iron clumps in and running them kind of all the time, and we'll see how that ends up working out. Okay, everything else I think is the same, so yeah, we'll make more of those later. But why don't we switch off again and do something else? Let's go back to our ultimate singularities. So we now have enough aluminum to make aluminum singularities. We could think about doing something with that. We could set up that compression guy, and I think that might be a good idea. So let's see what I want to do with that. I don't think we can turn him on and off with a redstone signal, so we're going to have to input material in him only when we don't have the stuff that I want. So let's get our quantum compressor. So here's this guy, and then I want the ultimate, was it the ultimate catalyst? I thought I already had one of those. Did I use that for something else and not realize it? Well, I'm not sure about that, but whatever. So, okay, so he's going to need energy, which he doesn't have any of. That's fine. I want to get an item in him first. Let's get an item. I'm going to need a detector as well. So let's get a detector right here, and then we will input on him. This might be a problem. We're going to need like 16 of these to turn him on and off. Yeah, I don't think he responds to a redstone signal. I don't think there's going to be any other way to do this other than placing the stuff somewhere else, like make a stack of these things. but I don't think I want a stack. I think I just want one at a time, and then we'll keep making more later on. So channels are going to be a problem for this. I feel like I might need to isolate this from the rest of the system, because I'm already going to be using like 15 of my 16 redstone channels just on the stuff that we're already doing, plus the different items we have. So yeah, he's going to have to be something else. So I think we will say that we only extract from this guy when we don't have enough. Would that be the right thing to do? No, he'd fill up with a stack of these things. I don't want that. No, we will only insert when we don't have enough. So let's start here, and I will move this later. But let's get a detector, and let's say you didn't have one iron singularity. And I may even say it should be 10 or 8. I don't know. Let's go with 8. So if you are less than 8, we will give you a redstone signal. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So on the down, let's make you... What channel should you be? Let's put you on channel 15 for now. You're going to be an input on there just temporarily. And then you are going to have an item card that extracts all the time. Okay? And then we're going to need an item card that inserts, and that's going to be an insert of iron ingots. So we're going to get one of those. Let's put your filter in there. Iron ingots. Alright. This is going to be channel 1. It's going to be an insert. Okay. So yeah, you are getting iron ingots, and you only get those in when channel 15 is high. So if you had power, you would probably start making those iron singularities. Let's see if that's true. So you now have plenty of power. You are making singularities. And let's just turn this down to 1 for now. That way he won't use up any more iron while he's doing this. Alright, there we go. We have an iron singularity. And yes, he stops getting iron as soon as we detect there's at least one of these in here. So, I don't know. I could say 4 of these. 4 is probably reasonable. It does take a while to make these. I want at least 2 so I can craft one and then get one back as soon as I need to craft one. So 4 is probably where I'll go. And he's going to use a ton of my iron, which should mean these guys are now hooking up iron for me again. Yeah, they did a pretty good job. So, will he keep at 16,000 iron? I mean, no, probably not. But, yeah, he's just burning through iron right now. But we will, I believe, backfill that eventually. So, yeah. And you can see he's only dumping that when we don't have any in the system to go in there. So while he's crafting, he's not taking tons of iron out. Alright, that's basically how I plan to set this guy up. I just need some place with more channels. So all he needs is a place somewhere else that's isolated from this. So I'll probably put them over here. And that way we'll have a completely isolated system for the quantum compressors. But there we go. That's my singularities. We can do iron, aluminum, redstone, lapis, whatever. Those are the ones we can do right now. Rest of them, we can't. Looks like he's making aluminum too. I guess we ran out of aluminum, or ran low on it. Yeah. He's probably stopped. Well, he stopped here, but he hasn't stopped everything else yet. But actually, yeah, you know, to catch up, having these two things is not a bad idea. It burns things a bit faster. These aren't being backlogged like they were before. So I think I like this as an option. So yeah, these guys will not be factories. These guys will always run. This guy stops. 2 cookers. Like the iron, like probably needs 3 cookers, but you know, we can only do what we can do. So this guy can't eject this iron dust because the pulverizer has no room. It's not because the pulverizer is too slow, it's because the ultimate multi-factories have no place to put the iron dust to cook up. So that's why I went with, you know, a second ultimate smelting factory. But it hasn't been perfect. But he doesn't need to go completely fast. I just want him to, you know, catch up eventually, which he will. And we have like, I think we have like tons of iron now. Like, yeah, even though we're making those singularities, we are still going up in iron. So this system does seem stable. So yeah, he's got 272. It shouldn't be a problem for everything else here. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be how we make the singularities. So what do we have to make for the rest of these guys? We're going to need bronze singularities, electrum, invar, steel, lava we can already do. We're going to need uranium. We're going to need emerald, coal, zinc, redstone, aluminum, silver, tin, diamond, copper, iron we have, lead, nickel, and glowstone. There aren't a lot of those. We have enough resources to just go with. So that's going to be something of a problem. That is partially what we're solving with the 25x ore setup. I need to finish that for all the rest of the ores. We can do a few others that we have in stock though. So why don't we start by moving this guy over there and making sure this will work. So let's see. How far do we go out? We go out 2. I know it's slightly asymmetric, but I'm okay with that for some reason. So let's get some laser IO nodes. And I'm just going to take all 20 of these right now. Okay, 1, 2, that doesn't make sense, does it? Would be one more over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we have the machine. 1, 2, machine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's where all of the nodes would go. We can link these guys up just like this. Okay, these nodes are now all linked. They are a completely independent system. So we're going to need power to be part of this system. So let's get a flux point. And let's put this guy, I don't know, right here. So let's get an energy insert. So we're going to extract round robin on channel 0. We're going to need some overclockers because these guys are ridiculously power hungry. Okay, there we go. That should be fine. We need a network, and we're going to call him the compression network. Okay, there we go. So he doesn't do anything yet, but he will. So that's a good start for power. Let's go ahead and get us another quantum compressor. Yeah, I want another one of these guys. There we go. Let's make sure that you could get energy if you wanted some. Yes, you can. Okay. There we go. We're getting the 10 million RF that he needs. All right. He looked a little slow. That's because the other one has more than one of those overclock cards in there. We can do way more than 100,000 RF per tick there. But I think it should be okay. So we are now outputting 3.4. Oh, that's from steam turbine. Never mind. We are now, yeah, we're still gaining on RF, so I'm not concerned about power with what we're doing right now. Okay, so this guy can get power. Let's turn him into an aluminum singularity maker. We're going to need to have the system over here somewhere. So where is the system? Looks like this is the closest place the system would be. I mean, we've got tons of power. We could, in theory, make, you know, one of those things that transfer system long distances. Because this guy, this cable is going to be hard to hide over here. Is system over here? It is actually. Okay, we can go not this way, but we can go this way, I think. So yeah, I'm going to run the system way over here. This is a little bit silly, but oh, he's in there too. Huh. I don't know. You know what? I'm not sure I can hide these cables properly. Okay, hang on. What about going up from below? We have the system running over here. We could run it all the way down here and then run it up. Okay, that's looking like my best option right now. So we'll have to make another ferro flare lamp and fix some of the cables there. But I think that should be okay. So yeah, that's what we're going to do right now. All right, there we go. We put it somewhere in the middle of this thing over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this will be just like the other ones are. We'll put an interface right there. Will I need another interface? I'm not sure yet. I may. Okay, so he came online. That's good. I will fix all the floors eventually, but they're fine for now. I don't know if we need to. Oh, we're going to have to export our material from this guy. So yeah, I don't know how many there's going to be, but there's going to be quite a few. We're going to have like 17 of these guys. We have 18 machines. We may not need this guy to be over here. This might be unnecessary right now. But we'll see how that works. Okay, so here is my aluminum guy. We're going to need ingots, because it's the only way we'll be able to get stuff from the system. I'll have to put ingots here. So let's put iron ingots and aluminum ingots. And I'm just going with a stack because, you know what, we have tons of resources. We don't need to be concerned with stacks of things anywhere like we used to be. Okay, you're going to have to be an extract on the bottom. So you're going to be an extract. I need some card overclockers. Let's get some of those. So on the down, card overclockers, we're going to be channel 1, and we will ignore that. You are going to be an insert on channel 1 and an extract on channel 2. So you need to be an insert. Let's see here. You need to be an insert on 2 with the lowest priority. Okay. Now the round robin thing doesn't matter so much, so we won't have too many of these, I don't think. We'll probably have 2 of these actually, but yeah, we'll fix that later. Okay, so you are the extract You're going to be on channel 2. This should be fine. Okay. Now, for the insert, you're going to be on channel 1. And you need to have a redstone high signal on channel 1. Okay. That makes sense to me. So I probably need to have... Wait, sorry, you're aluminum guy. You're going to be channel 2. So that'll be for the aluminum guy. So will that work? Yes, I think it will. Let's get a filter for you, and we will only insert aluminum ingots when that signal is high. Okay, so that I think makes sense. Alright, so you don't have any right now. That makes sense because we do not have that signal. So let's go ahead and fix that. Let's get a detector. And if I had a detector, I could say I want 4 aluminum singularities to be in system. And if you did that, and if you, had some connections, there we go, we could now get a signal on the down. You're going to be channel 2. You're going to be an input on 2. And then this will be an insert on 2. Yeah, he's now getting aluminum ingots. So if he had an ultimate catalyst, he would start making this singularity. There we go. So he is making this guy. Let's kick him. There we go. He gets pulled out. We have an aluminum singularity in the system. Okay. Yeah, that's basically how I plan to do this. So we get more resources, we make these, we make singularities, put them in the system, and then hopefully very soon we will have the ultimate singularity. All right, I think that's wrapping up point for today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, there's some buttons you could hit that would let me and YouTube algorithm know that you liked it. Do you know what they are? Let me tell you. They're called the like and subscribe buttons. I know, it's a very foreign concept that you've probably never heard about before. But trust me, it's completely safe, it's free, it's secure. There's, you won't lose your banking information if you hit the buttons. So I just go ahead and do it. So, but you know what? You do what you're comfortable with. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.